Today I'm gonna tell you about an amazing gaming deal that'll get you a ton of great games and help some people who need it at the same time. Oh, hi there, TechDweeb here. Thanks for clicking on the video today. So, you might have heard what's going on in Ukraine. I have some friends from Ukraine. My good buddy Boris is from Ukraine. I know quite a few people from Russia and Ukraine, actually. I learned today that after Ukraine and Russia, Canada has the largest number of Ukrainian descendants in the world. That's one of the things I like best about my country. How many different types of people there are. That and putting maple syrup in my Tim Hortons, obviously. This is a crazy world, you know. I don't know about political stuff. I don't understand it, to be honest. Who's fighting and why, it's all just so confusing and pointless. Because the people who suffer most are the people who don't even want to fight in the first place. People just want to have a good life. They don't care about politics or military stuff. They just want to be safe and comfortable. Kids don't need freaking fighting and fear in their lives. They don't deserve it. They deserve to feel safe so they can be kids and play with their friends and play video games all day. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because you can help the kids in Ukraine and you get something amazing at the same time. This bundle got on my radar and I wanted to show you guys 100% of the proceeds goes towards 2 charities for helping Ukraine, one that provides medical aid and one that focuses on kids specifically to help get them to safety and with their PTSD and just get back to being kids. That's who I really stand with here, the kids. And that's why I bought this bundle, and that's why I wanted to share it with you guys. It's actually a crazy offer. Like, maybe the best gaming offer you've ever seen in your entire life. It's 10 bucks. How many games do you get for 10 bucks? 1,000. 1,000 freaking games. Most of them are indie games, obviously, and I can't vouch for the quality of everything, but looking through this list, I can tell you there's lots of amazing games out here. I've played quite a few of these. I have lots of them in my Steam library already, so I'm gonna go through the games that I have played. There was a surprising amount here. I was kind of proud that I've seen and played so many of these. Every single game I'll show you is one that I recommend, and I can't even show you all of them because there's too many. This is my top 10. These are solid games. Probably not every game in the bundle is solid, I can't say that for sure, but I can guarantee that there are a ton of amazing games in this bundle and it's definitely worth way more than 10 bucks. And you get to help out kids in Ukraine, and you get a ton of amazing games at the same time. So here's the games I wanted to show you. I wanted to start with this one. I asked my friend Boris if there was any games that he was going to try first, and he mentioned Baba Is You, which is a great game. So that'll be my first game that I'll show you. It's hard to explain though. It's sort of like a coding game. Like there's a sentence and you have to move the parts of the sentence around to solve the puzzle of the level. It's a real head scratcher. Yeah, it sort of feels like a coding game or like a debugging coding game. It's really fun and addictive though. I love it. Hidden Folk is another game that I love. I loved a series of books when I was a kid called Where's Waldo? Do you know that series? Well, this is like that, but like 10 times bigger. It's a hidden object game, and you have to find stuff in a big confusing scene, and the scenes are huge. Of every game I've ever played in my life, this is one game that the difference between playing on a big 4K display compared to a lower resolution makes the game 10 times more enjoyable. Figment. This one's cool. I played this one on my Switch. It's an adventure kind of game that you explore this crazy, surreal world. It's funny and it has a good story and a great art style. It's a typical puzzle, adventure, action kind of game, but it feels really unique. If you think it looks good based on what you see on the screen, then you'll probably love this game, to be honest. Gonner is one of my favorite indie games of all time. I love platformer games. I love shoot 'em up games. I really love hard arcade style games. This game is basically always installed on every computer that I have because it runs on anything and it's fun as heck. It's the kind of game you can fire up and play for like 3 or 4 minutes and still have fun. It's so hectic and crazy, but it's also kind of methodical. You have to be kind of careful with it. It's hard to explain it. It's just lots of fun shooting. Kingdom 2 Crowns is it's a sort of strategy game. You have to build up your town or kingdom or whatever, and there's like monsters that attack at night, and you go out and explore and find stuff, and there's sort of a vague, overarching story. It has a beautiful art style and mood, and the game is so deep and engaging despite the simple pixel art. This is one of my favorite games on the list for sure. You need to give this one a try. A Short Hike is a short game. It's beautiful, it's relaxing. I freaking loved it. It only takes an hour or two to go through, but it brings so much joy that I guarantee you won't soon forget the short time you spend with it. It's adorable too. I played it through twice and I probably will again, to be honest. Eldritch. It's like Minecraft graphics with roguelike progression, first-person action gameplay in an HP Lovecraft world, which means kind of confusing, weird, and creepy monsters and magic with a moody, mysterious atmosphere. I love Lovecraft stories. I read the complete Lovecraft and I have a bunch of Lovecraft board games. My favorite is Elderside. If you love Lovecraft and Minecraft, then Eldritch will delight you. Or if you just like stabbing fishmen with swords. Jotun is an action exploration game with some puzzle solving and lots of boss fights. It's very Viking-ish. It's about proving yourself to get into Valhalla. It has an amazing hand-drawn art style and animation, and the sound and music is great. And it's just a really unique game that I loved a lot more than I was expecting when I first played it. Curious Expedition. This is a roguelike expedition type game, sort of like Oregon Trail or those other choice-based adventure games. You have to go on adventures and explore new areas to discover their secrets and find treasure. It almost has like a D&D vibe to it. I played this for like 6 hours straight one night and I didn't even notice the time fly by. My mom told me it was bedtime and I was like, what? We just ate dinner. And last but not least, Super Hexagon. I played so much of this game. This is my favorite game on the list. It's the least deep. It has no story at all. The graphics are so simple they're basically non-existent. It's freaking hard as heck, and it's arguably not even fun. But once you play it, you won't stop. That's all I'm gonna say about it. You need to try it to understand. Well, that's it for my top 10. There are so many more amazing games here. And going through the list, I found a ton of games that I never tried before, so I created a folder of bookmarks and games to try, and there's like 30 on my list. This really is an amazing deal that might come along only once in your lifetime. And not only do you get 1,000 games for 10 bucks, you're also helping out some kids who are going through some real terrible times right now. Maybe your small contribution will mean the world to someone who needs your help. There's obviously a link to the bundle in the description below. I wish I had 100,000 subs just so I could reach more people with this, but I'll have to settle for you dweebs. Thanks for listening. Are there any amazing games on here that I should check out? What are your favorites? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, click the thumbs up button if you liked the video, or the thumbs down button if you didn't like it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my Patreon link below. There's some fun perks that might interest you. As always, I'm TechDweeb. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.